own schedule. You are married. You do the full, the lion's share of all the household chores. You and your husband maybe sleep in different bedrooms. Maybe one is in a couch and one is in a bedroom.
I'm always surprised at how many sleep in different bedrooms. It's a real thing. Whether it be snoring, sleep apnea.
Yes, there are reasons.
You just don't want to sleep
legitimately.
in the same room. Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean you're in a bad relationship.
Right.
But you are basically two ships passing in the night. You have really nothing to talk about other than your kids. And you are kind of thinking to yourself, I don't know. I love my husband, but I'm not sure I'm in love. I hear that a lot.
Yeah, I hear that.
Or maybe you're in this boat. There's nothing but silence in your home. You have stopped asking, screaming, crying for what you need or want or wish would happen in your relationship.
Your partner's incapable of fulfilling that need or isn't interested.
Yeah. And there's been no response to all of those interventions of crying, screaming, yelling. And so eventually, after years of this, you give up and you say, it's not working. So I'm going to stop fighting about it.
And then you question, well, is it bad enough? We're not really fighting. But actually, we've had a conversation about this earlier. Fighting is better than silence.
If you are in a silent relationship, and I find this all the time with males, they'll say, well, we don't ever fight. And they're trying to explain why they didn't think things were bad. Right. And I always say to them, fighting is a good thing because it means you guys are still talking. Silence and no conflict is a bad thing. That is, you're headed to divorce. And I'm not the only one who says that. The Gottman say it too. Okay, so, but then you're saying to yourself, this person isn't a bad enough person. So I have people coming in and be like, my situation isn't that bad. My spouse isn't that bad. We just don't talk. We're just not emotionally connected. Or maybe you're on the other end and you're going, she's constantly nagging me. She never seems happy. I don't know how to make her happy.
Right.
Or you're in a relationship where someone's doing a lot of drinking.
I get this all the time. You'll be in the interview and nothing's being said, but they're like, my relationship's bad. Yeah. Then all of a sudden they'll mention like, oh, hey, my husband drinks like a 12-pack a day. You're like, or my wife or whatever. And you're like,
yes.
Oh.
Okay, now we got something going on here.
Yeah.
You walk on eggshells. You're afraid of having any conversation because that could lead to a tirade. Maybe if you bring something up. There's really no discussion. They're passing out on the couch. They're not helping you out in bedtime routines. They're chronically crabby in the next morning.
Yes.
May not remember if they picked a fight with you the night before.
They can be really mean. Sometimes you get a mean drinker. They say some really awful things and they can't figure out the next morning why you're not talking to them.
Yeah. So today we asked the question, how do you know when your relationship is over?
Welcome to Fit Mind Chats. Get comfortable, join us in our virtual office, and get ready to gain insight into motivation that drives behaviors you might not understand. I'm Abby Smeedy, an independently licensed clinical counselor.
And I'm Sarah Delavella, a licensed independent social worker.
We are co-owners of Fit Mind Cleveland, a mental health private practice in Cleveland, Ohio, with grounded therapists that are approachable and meet you where you are in life. A place where you can see your strength and grow your greatness.
So, relationship ambivalence.
Ooh, this is a good one. I love the title of that because most people come in the office, they don't realize that's what they're in. And kind of the definition I like is I'd better not make a decision until I see what is best for everyone, but you never see what's best for everyone and you never make a decision.
Because guess what? That involves contradictory ideas. And you might never land on which one seems best for me.
100%. When you come in the office, I know for me, like when we're talking about relationships, I identify immediately like, do you want to stay in it or do you want to get out of it? Because that's going to drive how we do therapy. If you want to get out of it, then we'll help start making a plan to make that happen. If you want to stay in it, we'll learn coping skills and strategies to help you be there and not be miserable.
Yeah, maybe it's communication skills you need to learn.
There's no judgment.
You can learn different ways to communicate, and it can have a positive impact on your marriage system.
Or you have a radical acceptance that this person is not going to change, but I'm choosing to stay in it. And it could be for many reasons, financial, not wanting to split time with your kids. That's a big one. I don't want to see my kids 1 week out.
Huge.
It's huge. And so people are willing to put up with a lot of things to stay for that reason. And there's never judgment. I feel like people will get really ashamed and embarrassed when they're in a bad relationship and they're like, but I'm going to stay. No judgment because there's a reason behind it. And we have to explore that. And if that is what you want to do, then we need to explore ways for you to stay and not be miserable and to find joy and make yourself happy without this other person.
And here's the thing. So often people don't have a clear plan. They come in saying, I don't know if I should stay or if I should go.
Absolutely.
And then they go through the whole weight of what are my finances going to look like? What's kids going to look like?
Right. What if they're a stay-at-home and
yes,
I haven't worked, I haven't worked in 15 years. What am I going to do? How am I going to sustain this lifestyle? I don't know how to contact a lawyer. I don't know what our finances are.
Yep.
Or whatever it may be.
How do we tell our kids?
Yeah, how do our kids will be heartbroken? Most kids are okay, like they don't like it, but they survive it.
They do. They're pretty resilient.
Yeah.
And they're young enough. As long as you guys have a fair divorce. So I think that's like the caveat is if you use them as pawns, if you use them against each other, they will fare far worse.
Oh,
there's far more damage.
There's so much damage that's going to go in. It's going to affect, negatively impact relationships for the rest of their life.
Because that's the other thing. What if you stay, but you're in a really unhappy relationship? So let's take out a physical abuse, but let's just say it's emotionally just so disconnected.
It's silent.
It's so silent. You guys are like just roommates. You are not lovers. You're not partners. You don't even feel like romantic partners anymore. You are setting an image, you're setting the model for what your kids are going to expect from a romantic relationship.
Right.
And so that, even if you stay, that is a consequence.
That's a huge consideration.
That's a consideration.
And I always say that. I'm like, how you guys are operating in the home, this is what's being modeled to your kids. Therefore, this will be the model for relationships and how they build their own relationships as they go into adulthood. And that's not to make you feel bad if you're staying in a bad relationship at all. But that's just one of the big things.
Consequences to staying or going.
100%.
And I think it's important when you're weighing your relationship ambivalence of do I stay, do I go? I just don't know. It's look at all of it. Look at all of the consequences and ask yourself, what can I live with? What can I not?
Right.
Like, what if your kid said to you, and we share a whole bunch of people's experiences, right? That from our side of the couch, we might say, I've known people who said their kids were so happy when they divorced.
Absolutely.
They were saying, like, they even said, like, God, it's about time.
It's calm.
Like, they're like, we knew it was coming.
Right.
And we're actually glad because you're nicer, you're more friendly, you're more fun to be around without mom or dad present, the other party present.
Or maybe dad's more active because mom's not doing everything.
Yes.
So there's many reasons to stay. There is an excellent book. It's called Too Good to Leave, Too Bad to Stay by Mira Kirschenbaum. And she studied relationships for the past 20 years. I think you gave me this recommendation, Sarah.
Yeah.
She's come up with these markers to help determine if a relationship is viable or if it is the best option to leave. And this is, it's kind of controversial because people will be like, what? You're saying it's an absolute?
Yes.
She's been studying this and I'm reading this book and she makes excellent points.
Really good points.
She makes excellent points.
Our little caveat to this is I use this book all the time for people. It definitely plants a seed, but it doesn't always give someone a direct direction, but it makes them think, and it's a really good thing to talk to your therapist about.
Maybe I should stay.
Yes. I mean, we have great conversations about it.
Right.
So here's a couple of those questions.
For sure.
And here's the thing. She looks at it like a diagnostic test. So if you even have one yes or one no in the direction, and you'll see when we talk about it, but that might be an indicator to go. All you need is one thing.
Right.
Not a cluster of things. So this is kind of the interesting piece of this.
And if you hear these, you're like, oh, I don't hate any of those. Your relationship's probably in a pretty good spot. We all go through the funks of like, oh my God, like, I'm so annoyed. It's not looking at it that way. It's looking at things that, hey, these are deal breakers.
And I have a client who always says that once a month when she gets her period, she contemplates divorce. Once a month.
Yes.
And we laugh about it. And she's like, and then I'm really happy I didn't because I realized, I was really hormonal and I just hate everyone. Including my husband. I literally hate him.
And maybe tell him that. Be like, hey, this week, stay away.
Yeah, stay away from me. I'm not, and I can't be trusted.
Right.
I can't be trusted.
I'm going to be
irrational. Myself. I'm hormonal.
Exactly.
So yes, that's also normal. That's not a sign that you should get divorced. That's just, so weathering some of those ups and downs, those like natural ups and downs, that is not easy to do in a long-term relationship.
It is not. You're going through many ebbs and flows. But here are a few questions to ponder if you're questioning your relationship. And we're probably going to do a follow-up on this next week because there are so many of these. Yeah. And I think they're all pretty valid and pretty good. The first one says, even in bad relationships, there was a time you were in love or you were happy. Can you think of that time? Do you realize the best of times were not very good? Then the answer is probably no. That relationship isn't as viable. If you can't go back and think, hey,
no, things were really good.
Things were really good. Like, we really got along. We really connected. Then you could probably repair that relationship. If you can't think of those times and you're like, the best of times kind of sucked. This has never been good. It's not going to get any better.
Yeah.
The miracle is going to happen.
What she found is that if you ended up divorcing, you were happier that you did.
Yeah.
So that's like some of what her research is telling you is that like people who answered this way to this question were happier to divorce.
Right.
So it's kind of, again, it's a really nice like place to start. I do find that people can't retroactively look and see anything good about the relationship. Right. In fact, some people will be like, I actually think the reason I married this person was because I just wanted to get out of my house.
I wanted to have kids and I was getting old.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things. And like, I feel like it's very valid. Like, if you haven't ever had a really good, solid relationship, also what's valid is if you're angry at the person, that is not the time to look at this question because they're like, nope, it was never good. He's always been an asshole.
Yes.
If you're in a calm time, you're like, I can't remember a time that was good. I can't remember when we really clicked and got along.
Yes. Yes. Or I've always taken care of this person.
Yeah.
I've had people come in and say, actually, from the very beginning, part of what drew us together was me caretaking for him.
Right.
And then they look at it through a different lens. And I've continued to do that my whole marriage. Yeah. And now I'm exhausted. I do not feel like I'm heard, seen, or respected in this relationship. And all I'm doing is work. Right. And I am done.
And that person, the other side of that is that person is conditioned to expect that.
That's fair.
They're wired
for
it. And like, can you rewire it? That's really hard.
Yeah. And I always ask people, like, how much have you fought for that very thing? Like, were you the type that was yelling? Did you first start by asking? And then did you escalate to some yelling?
Yes.
Did you leave notes like, please do the dishes? Did you scream? Did you cry? And then eventually you gave up. That's important for us to know because that at least shows that you tried. Because there are some people who are very quietly and silently suffering from those burdens, but they have not yet tried.
Yeah.
And that's a good place to start if you've never tried. Start by having the conversations. I'm exhausted. I need you to do more. Here's what you're going to do.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think an example of this is when the prognosis was poor. I had a patient many years ago that had severe postpartum depression, so depressed. She just asked her husband, can you please get up with the baby tonight? I have got to get some sleep. And he did not. Oof. And when that kind of thing happens, I mean, that's something that digs pretty deep because that kind of tells you that you are not that important. You are not valued. His needs are more than yours.
Yes.
And that's such a...
Yeah.
And that will damage it for years.
And probably hold on to it. Because how many people come in and say, I have had people recount hurts from 20 years of marriage that they've never forgotten, that were never even resolved. And that's, I will tell you, like, from a marriage therapist perspective, and I'm not the only one who's going to say this, it is so important you communicate honestly and openly. I have also the kind of couples that are too polite to each other. They're afraid of hurting each other's feelings. So they aren't fully honest about how they're feeling.
Ooh, yeah.
But then they end up like not talking about what they really need. And then now they have like foundations. There's cracks in the foundations. There's resentment. There's this, like, I'm not getting my needs met. And then that leaves your relationship open for like the breakdown of your marriage, however that might look, whether it's infidelity or, so it is so important to have open and honest conversation about your needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I would agree. And if you are being that vulnerable, I mean, I think back to when she told me, I was like, oh my gosh, she was drowning.
Yeah.
And it was like, imagine her drowning in a pool and not throwing her a life preserver or something. Yes. And that was exactly what that was. Like, you don't matter enough.
Yes.
Your needs aren't important.
I don't care about your suffering.
And that's a deal breaker. The prognosis with that, poor.
Yeah.
And the second one she says is, has there been more than one incident of physical violence?
So,
this is one of those conversations. More than one.
Here's the thing.
None.
There have been occasions where people have thrown something, and after a conversation, it was determined that was inappropriate, or pushed, or grabbed by the arm. It doesn't always escalate, okay? And I think that's the important thing to hear. So one incident, and it has never happened in 5 more years, is not going to be this is a deal breaker. Right. If this is something that continuously happens, that is a very different discussion. So that's part of what, again, this is maybe controversial to people.
And many people stay in abusive relationships. However, if the abuse happens more than once, it indicates it's going to continue, and your risk for your safety is at risk.
And is it escalating? Because as it escalates, it becomes even more dangerous.
And then the apologies and the gifts and all the things after get more extravagant. So the person feels loved and cared about, and it's this constant roller coaster.
Yes.
If you're on that roller coaster, the prognosis is bad, and the only way staying in that relationship is going to work if that person's in a program and is working it for over a year. If this is famous, like they'll be in it for a month. Hey, I think he's cured. He's doing great. Absolutely not. At least a year, and then not even moving back into the house in that first year. Like really showing that they have they can manage their anger. Like this is one of the things she said. Physical abuse means love is dead.
Yeah, it does.
Your safety. It does. Being part of a partner is a safety.
Yes. Yes, I could not agree more. But it doesn't. So if I think there's no more really that we have to say about this. Like if you are afraid to have conversations with your spouse out of fear of physical violence, don't even go to marriage therapy. Just get all the resources you need, or go by yourself and get all the resources you need to leave.
Yeah.
Marriage therapy is not recommended if there is active physical abuse going on because of that risk. Because what we tell you to do is you got to communicate openly. But what we don't know is that if you leave this office and you're going to be beaten up, you're going to be physically assaulted, we don't want you to do that then.
Right.
We actually just want to help you individually make a plan.
Yeah. Get out there.
Leave that bad relationship.
The third one. Yeah. Have you already made a concrete commitment to pursue a course of action or lifestyle that excludes your partner?
This is a good one.
This is hilarious because this happens and people are like, they have no idea. Like,
surprised.
You're getting a divorce, my friend.
Yes.
Basically, you've already decided that you're leaving. If you've made a commitment, I think of this one. Like I had a female take a job in California, and her husband couldn't relocate because his job was pretty much embedded here. Yep. And I was like, so the divorce is happening. And she's like, what? And I'm like, you committed to a job in California. He is here.
You're leaving your partner.
You're leaving your partner. Like
you're leaving your relationship.
That's okay. Or the other one is like, oh yeah, I rented an apartment as a backup. You've paid your deposit.
Yep.
You've got furniture in there.
Yep.
You've got extra clothes in there. My friend, you've decided. And that's okay.
Decided, yeah.
That's okay. You're all right with that. But like really
affairs are another one.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You don't try to hide it.
So first and foremost, you're in an affair, you are lying obviously to your partner. You cannot work on a relationship when your attention is elsewhere. You're putting a lot of your attention and affection to another person. Your current spouse cannot will not stand a chance against a new novel relationship. So you cannot have both things at the same time. An affair represents you have made a commitment to something outside of your marriage.
And if you're not being being sneaky, or you're not being like trying to hide it, like, you're disappearing for time, you're taking phone calls, you're texting secretly, you're giggling on the couch while you're texting, it's probably over because you're not trying to hide it. You're almost wanting them to find out so they can maybe do. So
I think that's maybe the quiet quit that sometimes happens.
Oh, it's good, quiet quit.
In relationships, it's usually after the affair is exposed that I will get people in counseling. And it can be successful. People do repair from affair. So I don't mean to say that. I hope I'm very clear about that. But it requires a commitment to the other party. You cannot be seeing the other person that you were having an affair with. You have to cut all ties. So if you work with them, that's a problem. Yeah. Something's going to have to happen.
For a new job.
Yes. So you can recover from an affair, but if you continually see that person while you're in marriage counseling, you've made your decision. Just go with it.
You know what I see here? I see people coming in and they want this relationship to work so much. They just want it.
Yes.
And they're like, no, I can recover. But then their behaviors and actions indicate differently. And I don't know how to tell someone, hey, this is how you recover from an affair. It has to come internally. Like either you can or you can't. And if you can't, you're going to continuously be questioning. You're going to continuously be spying, maybe tracker devices, maybe looking at their phone, checking their phones, having been in the room when they're having conversations. Like there's so many things. And you have to decide like, hey, is this a life worth living? Can I live this life? Or do I
let go?
Do I need to let go? Because I can't get past it. I mean, like, and I feel like on my couch, I feel like people feel so judged. It's like, no, if you can move past this and fix this relationship, hey, great.
People forgive all the time. People make all sorts of mistakes in marriage. I think that's another very polarizing topic is affairs. But it is not that different than maybe someone being a workaholic or being emotionally neglectful of someone else. So let's not, I don't want to make affairs out to be like, this is the worst thing you could do in a relationship. I actually don't agree with that statement. It's just one of the things that you can do. That's one of the many transgressions that can happen in a marriage.
Right.
That can also be worked through, but you have to be committed to the process. And that means that the person has to cut the affair off and the other person has to be willing to be open to forgiveness.
And be able to do that.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes I've seen it many times where the other person can't let it go. And then they're just tracking and their entire day is spent spying on their partner.
Yeah.
And it's like this, I mean.
Is that worth it?
I let it unravel until like they're like, I can't do this anymore. It's taking up all my time. I'm quitting my job to follow this person.
Yes.
And you're like, then it's probably not working for you.
No.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. So the next one is if God or some higher power said it was okay to leave, would you feel relief and leave the relationship?
That's such an interesting one because I have so many people that look for signs. It's a sign.
Yeah.
It's a sign. What's it a sign of? So we say, imagine how you'd feel if you were given permission to leave and you feel a sense of relief.
And you're like, oh, then I'd be okay with leaving. Maybe it's not God. Maybe it's like if your mom and dad.
Yeah.
Like, what are you so afraid of, right? And that might open the door for, it's like, I'm afraid I'm doing wrong by God and I'm breaking the rules of whatever religion. Maybe it's my parents. I'm afraid of disappointing my parents. Those are reasons to like look at and then ask yourself, but is that the reason to stay when you're so relieved thinking, if I was off the hook, if God was like, it's okay, I still love you. Yeah. You could still get to heaven or wherever. And you're like, great, I'm out. Or like your parents were like, I'm not mad at you. You do you. Right. I want you to be happy. Go. And you were like, okay, then I would. Then that's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
You should probably
that
go.
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
You're looking. In spite of problems, this is another one. In spite of problems, you or your partner have one positive activity or interest. Not your children, because we share those, but something you share and look forward to doing together and feel closeness. Something you do to connect, not only in the moment, but you still feel connected after it.
Yeah, like maybe you love having your friends over for dinner.
Yeah.
You like traveling together.
Bowling night.
Bowling night.
Bowling night. I don't bowl, but I think I wouldn't care. I mean, that would be a really fun thing I would look forward to doing with my spouse. Going on a walk after dinner. Yeah. You walk with Jimmy. I walk. Yeah, I walk them all through.
Chris and I are trying to.
You should. It's fun.
We want to now that the weather has started to turn. But that's important. Golf.
Laughing together. Golf is huge. Laughing together. Like we chuckle all the time, like about ridiculous things. If you still have that connection and they're annoying you or there's some bigger thing out there that's really bothering you, you're like, should I leave or should I go? If you have this one thing that you connect on, I think you can build off of it.
You can build off of it.
You can kind of build off it and you can work through the crap because then it's a sign that you're not maybe completely done.
Yes. I could not agree more. I think having a best friend, there's nothing wrong with saying your partner is your best friend. Right. The in love piece is the hardest piece to work on, but that's the nurturing you have to do. And healthy couples are not that focused on like sex frequency. Right. Like, because I think people come in and are like, I'm not having sex anymore. Right. So it's a lot of healthy couples that are long-term and they're committed and they're very happy and satisfied in their relationship. Their focus is on quality sex versus quantity sex. Right. So that's something to try to like wrap your head around. They're best friends. That's a really good standpoint. That's a great place to start. But they also like work towards like dating each other. Yeah. Like, if you have a partner willing to like still date you, like, hey, I would like to, let's spice it up. Let's go to dinner. Yeah. I really want to go see this concert. Will you go with me? I don't feel like you and I are connecting. So that's a place to build from. For sure. So it might be a reason to stay. 100%. And that's something to kind of look at when they come in, like, what do you connect on? What do you enjoy about each other? Once again, when you're mad at the person, this is not the time to explore activities that you want to do with them. Because you're going to be like, I don't want to do anything with them. Ever. And honestly, you do. You're in the moment. I just said to someone, if you are angry, no decisions. 100%. Give it 24 hours. For anything. Don't text. Don't email. Oh, God. Don't call. Like, no decisions made. Walk away. Be alone. Be alone. Talk to a friend. But yeah, absolutely. We make our horrible choices when we're in a fit of fury. Yes, we do. So, and a lot of times, unfortunately, our partners often see that because they live with us. Yes. Yep. And no one's perfect. No. So not at all. we all lose our minds sometimes. All right. The next one is, would you say your partner is basically nice, reasonably smart, not too neurotic, and okay to look at most of the time? It smells all right. That's hilarious. It's actually very funny. If you can say these things above, then you have removed an important obstacle to finding your way back to each other. You cannot love someone that is mean, dumb, crazy, ugly, or smelly.
This is so
It's
true.
kind of funny.
This is so true.
Yes.
But think about, like, if your partner is starting, like, their smell drives you crazy.
Yep.
You look at them and you snarl because you're like,
They're always mean.
they're always mean.
Or crabby.
And they say dumb things, so they're not that bright.
Yeah.
Probably no. If you're feeling that way,
Yes.
probably not.
It's hard. It's a hard place to start from.
It is a hard place to start from.
Yeah.
Once again, we make this decision not when we're angry or overloaded, because we'll find, oh, yeah, they are ugly.
I know.
He smells terrible today.
Yes.
And that's not just a today thing. It's like consistently, you don't like your partner's scent.
Yeah, that's a really good caveat.
Mm-hmm.
Just like everything else we said, it isn't just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
If you just like, if one time you're like, yeah, no, actually, I can't stand the way my husband smells because I was really mad at him. But it ended, and you were like, "No, he actually smells just fine.
He's fine,
and he's really moderately attractive." And
right.
and we laugh, and
yeah.
he says some smart things.
Yeah, he's not all the time dumb. He may have said some dumb that made me upset, but
yes,
it's not all the time. And those things are, I mean, if anything, I think in our relationship, I'm probably the smelly one because I work out more and I come into Jim's office all smelly, and he has to put up with that. But I do smell good other times though too.
I have a real thing with smell. So that's like I can smell when my kids are about to get sick. I can smell it on their breath. I really can. I'm not kidding you. It's like I have a very keen sense of smell.
I have a terrible sense of smell.
Everything.
I can't smell anything.
Oh, I'm jealous because there are times where if someone does have a stench to them, I struggle because it's very pungent to me. So I will just have to like go somewhere else. So thank God Chris does not smell.
That's a good.
He smells good.
That's a bonus.
That would be rough.
I would, I would probably be okay because I don't really smell things. I mean, I can poop. I can do it. Like,
oh God,
it does not bother me.
Oh yeah,
Scent
diarrhea, vomiting. That's a deal breaker for me.
He's super sensitive to that.
Yes, it's
bad.
Okay, the next one is, does your partner bomb you with difficulties when you try and get the littlest thing you want? And any needs you have get obliterated. And if you do get what you want, is it extreme effort? So if your partner bombards you with difficulties when you try to get what you want, or you try to get any need met, and it just is like the most insane amount of effort to get anything done, they'll do anything to win, to get you to sacrifice your own needs. Probably okay to go.
Absolutely. If you're planning dates, I said this conversation earlier. If you're planning dates to engage your partner, and it's stuff that maybe you're interested in, and they deny that,
yeah, I know, that's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign. Or you want to stop home because you want to get like a different pair of shoes or something. You guys are out, and they're like, absolutely not. We're not doing that. That's dumb. And there's no really need that you're not going to be late to anything. It's these little things that like that you just gotta do because it's your friend. Like,
yes. And this is the thing, it's not one isolated event, because there are things that Chris will not do.
Yeah,
he's like, just doesn't want to. But in the course of our marriage, if I look at it, whenever I've said I needed something,
100%.
he has absolutely shown up for me.
Right.
And he doesn't make it hard for me to get it.
Right.
Hey, I might need, like, can we go on a date? We haven't spent enough time together. Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to do? Let's go out for dinner. Okay, cool. Like,
pick a spot.
It's not just this one moment in time. That is not what we're talking about. It is a persistent pattern of like every way you try. Hey, I have really been needing, like, we haven't gone out much, and it's an explosive, angry response, but it's over like none of your needs. And you hit it. It's like death by 1,000 cuts.
It is 100%. And you're always doing what the other person wants to do. The other person's never, ever considered, like, maybe they like to go to art museums. I don't know. And it's never an option.
Yes.
It's always like, nope, we're going to,
yep,
I don't know, like wherever they want to go, axe throwing. Yes. That's what we're going to do. Or we're going to go to the horse races, or we're going to go to F1 or whatever it might be. It's never what the other person wants to do. And if that's the case, that's a problem.
It is.
Because lots of people sacrifice and do things. Mind you, can find a whole friend group that do things you're interested in. But like every now and again, it's fun to do stuff with your partner. Maybe you like,
absolutely,
like, I don't know, maybe you like a certain Indian food.
Yes.
And every now and again, you want to go out and get Indian food.
Oh my God, it's so funny you mentioned that Chris hates Indian food.
I hate Indian food.
He will be willing to go with me.
Jimmy loves it. You and Jim to go get Indian food.
God, we should actually.
Chris and I'll go up to the, Stonehouse.
I hate to say this, but we've been talking now for 30 minutes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We try to keep it short.
We had so many more. We're going to do this next week.
We're going to continue this conversation because there's more to talk about anyway. But we want to say thank you again for tuning into today's episode of Fit Mind Chats. We'll see you next Monday for another section.
If you have any questions or a topic covered, follow us on Facebook, Fit Mind Cleveland, and message us. If you'd like to seek out therapy services, go to our website, fitmindcleveland.com, and contact us.
If you please leave us a rating and a review and share our podcast with family, friends, enemies, or anyone that needs it. We want to bring mental health access to all people.